This is the wrap-up for the live market open for June 8th. It's Wednesday, so the US dollar is slightly weaker, and a better mood in markets supports oil prices. Now they're above $50 a barrel on WTI crude oil. They faced a big test today with crude oil inventories and the level of production in the US. Okay, but the good mood is contradicted by another outlook, a growth outlook cut, this time by the World Bank joining the IMF, the OECD, central banks. So let's see what if the mood remains positive or not. In politics, Clinton clinches victory. She claims victory. Sanders refuses to back down, but he'll probably do that next week. Brexit, there was a fierce debate yesterday on ITV and British television. I think, well, I don't know who won. Every side claims victory. In any case, the one thing I know for sure, it generated a lot of interest. People registered to vote in the very last moment, and the website of the British, well, the election committee in the UK crashed. So that's what's going on. I'm not aware of any new polls. Figures yesterday, the most important ones, well, Japanese GDP remained unchanged, so no surprises over there. It could have been more significant. And China's trade balance looks better. Imports are okay. We're not seeing a good, significant effect on the Australian dollar, but this is certainly positive. This is certainly positive news, especially after we had poor trade data from China earlier in the year. All right. And before we move, let's look at the charts. Euro dollar, one of the more stable currency pairs out there. We're currently at 113.71, resistance 114.10, 114.60, support 113.35 and 112.50. Pound dollar 145.43 at the moment, in the range between 145 and 145.80. Still trying to understand this fat finger move all the way to resistance at 146.50 and further support 143.70. Dollar yen, well, moving a bit lower, rejected, well, 107.65. I still see it as resistance, followed by 108.25. Support at 105 is very strong support. Dollar CAD, it broke below the very strong support line, or used to be strong, of 127.50 with this rise in oil prices. Further support 126.30, 125. Resistance 128.30. Aussie dollar holding its high ground, but not moving too far to the upside. 74.47. 75 is the next level of resistance. 73.75 is support. And the Kiwi dollar ahead of the rate decision, just under 70 cents. 70.50 is strong resistance. It's a double top. 68.80 and 69.50 are levels of support. Events for today, the calendar is getting busier. In about 45 minutes, we have the UK industrial output, manufacturing output, expected to be flat month over month. Should not have much of an impact because markets are obsessed with politics, with the Brexit referendum. At 12:30, Canadian building permits, and 15 minutes earlier, the housing starts. Could have an impact. I should say housing, imitating a Canadian accent. Anyway, at 2 GMT, we have the US JOLTs report from the United. Well, yeah, it's a Fed favorite. It's for the month of April, though. It's a bit old. Let's see if it deteriorates. Also in April, we had a bad jobs report. May was even worse. And 2 GMT, oil inventories, crude, distillates gasoline, and the level of production. It should perhaps, if we have another big drawdown in oil inventories, perhaps we'll have WTI crude oil breaking above 51, which is critical resistance. If not, we could perhaps fall under 50. At 9 GMT, rate decision in New Zealand, followed by statements and the press conference by Graham Wheeler. The jury's out. Some expect a rate cut from 2.25 to 2%. Some expect no change, but a preparation for a cut in August. Should be a very interesting moment for the Kiwi. And during the night at 1:30, we have Chinese CPI. Okay, so that's the wrap up for today. Things are getting busier. Let's see if the relatively positive mood prevails for commodity currencies, which remain in focus. Okay. Let's see if we have more questions before we go. It says just one data set doesn't constitute a trend. You need 3 to 6 to say a trend has started to. So 38 is just a blip, not to be concerned by Fed. Yeah, I also think that we could still have a bounce in the next report. In the report for June, we get in early July, and we have other figures as well. So I still think that July is an option for the Fed, especially if we don't have a Brexit and we have a bounce in the report. Remember that these NFP reports always suffer significant revisions. So last time it was terrible. I mean, only 38,000 jobs gained and the loss of 59,000 jobs for previous month. I mean, downwards revisions. So yeah, things are not looking good, but things can change also very, very quickly. Anyway, the Fed will not act until we have the all clear from the UK, at least. Yeah. Yeah, but for now, July, the chances for July are only 27% or so. Okay, so I guess that's it for today. Wish everybody a safe and successful day in markets. As always, the clips, the videos for the full show, the wrap-up, and today's special segment about the characteristics of the Kiwi dollar are going to be published. And tomorrow, again, it's the last show for the week, and we'll have the preview for next week, which of course includes the Fed. And also tomorrow during the show, we'll have Draghi's speech. I cross my fingers and hope for something interesting. Oh, another thing before we go, I see a comment by Luca, dollar index. Are we trading in a downwards channel? Let's share your chart with everybody. It certainly looks so according to your chart, and we've bounced off the highs. Yeah. Well, the downtrend resistance is not that sort of perfect, but looks like a downwards channel. And now we slid towards the middle of the channel. Had quite a fall on Friday with this NFP, right? Okay, so thank you, Luca. Thank you, Fabian, Ed, everybody. And that's it for today. Wish everybody a safe and successful day in markets. And see you tomorrow. Thank you and bye-bye.